Gaza crisis by June next year, 1.32 lakh children under the age of 5 will suffer from acute malnutrition, which is double the estimates of the IPC from May this year. This includes more than 41,000 severe cases of children at heightened risk of death, as per the UN report. As the situation continues to deteriorate, the United Nations has officially declared a famine in the Gaza Strip, with UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres calling it a failure of humanity. Guterres has described the famine as a man-made disaster and a moral indictment. Famine is not about food, it is the deliberate collapse of the systems needed for human survival, he said in a statement. In its report, Integrated Food Security Phase Classification IPC, a multi-stakeholder initiative that analyses the severity of a food crisis, said that 500,000 people in Gaza are facing catastrophic conditions characterized by starvation, destitution, and death. It further claimed that the famine will worsen by the end of September and may even expand to Deir al-Balah and Khan Yunis. It noted that acute malnutrition will continue to worsen rapidly. Nearly a third of the population's 641,000 people are expected to face catastrophic conditions IPC Phase 5, while those in emergency IPC Phase 4 will likely rise to 1.14 million, 58%, the report said. By June next year, 1.32 lakh children under the age of 5 will suffer from acute malnutrition, which is double the estimates of the IPC from May this year. This includes more than 41,000 severe cases of children at heightened risk of death, the report stated. There are 3 criteria for the UN to declare a famine. First, if at least 20% of the population in a particular area is facing extreme levels of hunger. Second, if 30% of the children in the same area are wasted, or too thin for their height. Third, if the mortality rate has doubled, and 2 people out of every 10,000 or 4 children out of every 10,000 are dying of hunger every day. The UN declares a famine in a particular area, suggesting that the affected place is not able to manage the crisis on its own. Once a famine is declared, the World Food Programme WFP and the United Nations Children's Fund UNICEF start sending food supplies and medicines for the affected population, while the World Health Organization WHO starts monitoring the spread of any disease in the affected area. A declaration of a famine also means that a government cannot obstruct relief efforts. In this case, Israel has been blamed for obstructing relief efforts. Even the UN has said that Israel has restricted the amount of aid entering Gaza. Earlier this year, Israel imposed a 2.5-month blockade on Gaza, but later resumed some access. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office has rejected the famine declared by the UN in Gaza. In a post on X, formerly Twitter, on August 22, it said Israel does not have a policy of starvation, but prevents it either. The IPC report is an outright lie, Netanyahu's office said. Since the beginning of the war, Israel has enabled 2 million tons of aid to enter the Gaza Strip, over 1 ton of aid per person. The UN, however, has clearly said that Israel cannot deny its duties and give any excuses. As the occupying power, Israel has unequivocal obligations under international law, including the duty of ensuring food and medical supplies of the population, said Guterres. According to the Gaza Health Ministry, 62,622 Palestinians have lost their lives since the beginning of the war that was launched by Israel in response to the October 7 attacks. Malnutrition-related deaths.